In September 2000, 189 countries, including Kenya, adopted the Millennium Declaration. With the endorsement of the Millennium Declaration, the countries set themselves a limited number of goals to be achieved by 2015. This set of goals came to be known as the Millennium Development Goals, that is MDGs.
The developing countries were required to focus towards dealing with issues that would bring about development, and mainly to deal with the issues of poverty, hunger, ensuring free universal primary education, and improve maternal health, among other goals.
The 8 Millennium Development Goals are eradication of poverty and hunger, achieve universal primary education, promote gender equality and empowerment of women, reduce child mortality, improve maternal health, combat HIV/AIDS, malaria and other diseases, ensure environmental sustainability, develop a global partnership for development. In Kenya, the MDGs process was initiated in September 2002 when a stakeholders workshop was held to seek consensus and promote understanding on the significance of MDGs and their links to the national planning frameworks. The Kenya Vision 2030 was developed with MDGs in mind, and its medium-term plan, MTP, was aimed at accelerating the achievements of MDGs by 2015.
Our Vision 2030, it is actually based on 3 pillars: the economic pillar, the social pillar, and the political pillar. Now, some of those targets that we have in SDGs, Kenya had actually envisaged them when we were developing the Vision 2030. Like Vision 2030, it talks about environment. It actually, for example, says that 10% of our land will be covered by forest.
As part of the strategy of achieving the MDGs, 9 Millennium Districts were selected in a pilot basis. These were Bondo, Bungoma, Garissa, Kilifi, Meru South, Murang'a North, Siaya, Suba, and Turkana. These districts were selected due to the fact that, despite a high concentration of NGOs and their activities, there was still a high poverty incidence. During the MDGs plus 5 summits of 2005 in New York, the Quick Wins initiatives were recommended as one of the methods which developing countries can employ to accelerate their achievements of Millennium Development Goals. These Quick Wins initiatives are small to medium-sized projects that can be implemented rapidly at a low cost with maximum impact on the beneficiaries. They have greatly contributed to improving the welfare of the beneficiaries and accelerated the achievement of MDGs in the country. Some of the success stories include the Vuma Primary School in Kilifi Sub-County. The education levels in this school are poor, largely due to lack of education infrastructure.
MDGs brought 700,000. We got some desks, 111 desks, and some chairs for the teachers, and tables for the teachers. And then later on this year, we had the ratio was around 1 desk being started by 4 or 5 children. Now they again have come in. They have given us 600,000.
Another school that has benefited from MDGs is Katendewa Primary School in Ganze Sub-County. The school has received 160 desks. These desks have changed the lives of the pupils who previously sat on stones and logs. In Murang'a East Sub-County, the Tawa Water Project, which started in 2005, has revolutionized the lives of farmers in this otherwise dry area. The farmers have ventured into rice and horticultural farming.
MDG waliingia hapa wakatupatia pesa ambazo zilitusaidia kuingia phase 2. Hapa kwenye phase hii ya kwanza tumelima mpunga. Tumelima karibu ekari 100 ya mpunga, na huu mpunga ilikuwa crop ambayo hatukuwa tunaifikiria hapo beleni. Ilikuja tu baada ya kuona maji imeingia, na maji ni kwa wingi, na ile udongo ambao kwa phase 1 inafaa kulima mpunga.
Nianja kulima na hii maji ya mradi wa project ya maji, na niajia kulima last year, na ninalima sukuma wiki na nyanya.
In Kathiani sub-county, through MDGs initiatives, women empowerment programs have been undertaken, with Sabina Munguti from Lumbwa village training women on different empowerment skills.
Wakati tuliandika proposal, tuliidentify some project zile tunaona wamama wetu wanaweza saidika, na mradi moja ilikuwa tuwe na irrigation scheme, just small portion, vile wamama wanaweza kujisaidia. Ya pili tukaonelea tuwe na kitchen garden kwa kila household. Machakos County tunataka kila household iwe na magunia kama hizi unaziona hapa. Juu inatumia maji kidogo sana. Ukiona hata hakuna tanki tumetumia, ni magunia tumetumia ile ya kuweka maji. Kwa hivyo ni kitu sustainable.
Since the onset of MDGs, there has been ripple effects with influx of other development agencies coming on board. The Millennium Village Project is one of such organizations. Its aim is to build systems to deliver critical, basic services like agriculture, health, education, water and sanitation, and thereby contributing towards the achievement of the Millennium Development Goals in low-income rural areas.
The project was essentially implementing what we all know as the Millennium Development Goals. So it is a holistic approach that is looking at the best of science, the best of the cutting-edge technologies in science, and modeling that with the people to be able to implement the MDGs. We implemented all the Millennium Development Goals, all the way from agriculture, education, health, water and sanitation, infrastructure, as well as looking at partnerships in totality.
Despite development challenges and budgetary constraints, the country has achieved some of the Millennium Development Goals, while others have not been achieved.
Kenya as a country, and also other countries in the world, we are not able to achieve all the goals. There was mixed reaction. Some goals were achieved and others were not achieved. The world met again 14 years later in the UN conference, and the big question was, what next?
It is on this background that the United Nations held a conference on sustainable development in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in June 2012, where the conference adopted an outcome document, also known as The Future We Want.
In the discussion also, thought it was important to come up with what now is called the 17 Sustainable Goals. These sustainable goals, we are also supposed to focus themselves towards the same issues of eradicating poverty, hunger, ensuring that there is no oppression.
The Sustainable Development Goals agenda is a plan of action to the people, planet, prosperity, and partnership.
The focus of SDGs, and that is why we intend to launch the roadmap, is to ensure that there is inclusiveness in all areas of development, and to achieve the theme of SDGs, that no one will be left behind.